My name is Heath McConnell. My article is from Bloomberg Businessweek called Female CFOs in U.S. Paid Less Than Men Study Finds. It was published on April 2, 2012 by Danielle Ivory. This article examines whether a gender gap exists in the average compensation of Chief Financial Officers, or CFOs. The study looked at the total annual compensation of 1,900 CFOs at companies among the Russell 3000 Index. The study found that the average total annual compensation for a female CFO is $1.32 million. Male CFOs earn just over 16% more, with an average total annual compensation of $1.54 million. Even when other factors were controlled, the study found that, using the model it developed, the probability that a CFO was female increased as the given compensation decreased. These results raise questions as to why this is happening. The article suggests that it could be that female CFOs are more likely to put their career on hold to have and raise children, which would shorten their work history. Another possible explanation is that men may switch from company to company as they advance, while women may typically stay with one company. However, the study suggests that there likely is a genuine pay gap. If so, then companies have much progress left to be made in making sure that equal compensation is given to employees who are doing otherwise equal work, regardless of gender. This article gives two issues that managers need to consider. The first issue is that managers need to personally treat their employees fairly, regardless of gender, age, race, religion, or other characteristics. Fair treatment obviously includes giving equal compensation for equal work, but also includes things such as good working conditions, a social atmosphere free from harassment, and others. Managers need to do this for several reasons. First, it is required by law. Federal law prohibits discrimination or harassment based on gender, age, race, religion, or other characteristics. Managers in their companies can be held liable for failing to follow these laws. Second, it is the ethically right thing to do. Ethics can generally be summarized as achieving the best and fairest outcome for all people involved. Any manager who wishes to maintain a high standard of ethics must treat others fairly, since discrimination does not achieve the fairest outcome for all, and would violate those ethics. Third, it helps to maintain talent diversity. People of different genders, ages, races, religions, and other characteristics often have different kinds of talents and abilities, all of which would be useful to a company. Managers who discriminate or otherwise treat some employees unfairly risk losing this talent variety and the benefits that come with it. An example was seen in the previous discussion. Old Navy would not let a Muslim woman work in the front simply because Old Navy did not like her headscarf. Old Navy probably lost a valuable asset because of its discriminatory practices. Managers in companies who pay women less than men for otherwise equal work, or who discriminate in other ways, will face the same perils. For these reasons, managers need to ensure that they treat their employees fairly, regardless of the physical and personal characteristics of their employees. The second issue is that managers need to guard against unfair treatment of employees by others in the workplace, and sometimes actively be an advocate for these employees who are being unfairly treated. The article mentioned that one possibility for the pay gap is that there are relatively few women on company boards. Hence, female executives lack people who will be an advocate for their interests, such as fairer pay on company boards. One way to alleviate this problem would be for all managers, particularly higher managers, to take the initiative and volunteer to be that advocate. This principle applies in areas other than compensation. If a manager sees an employee being harassed for that employee's gender, race, age, religion, or other characteristic, the manager has a duty to step in and try to eliminate that harassment. The reason is that a manager's duties are not limited to personally treating others fairly. Instead, managers are responsible for ensuring that the social atmosphere and company culture promote fairness in the workplace. Doing so will help ensure that employees feel welcome and fairly treated. As a result, they will be able to demonstrate their true productive potential unimpeded by harassment, discrimination, or other unfair treatment. In summary, the article examines the potential gender pay gap among chief financial officers. It shows how managers need to treat employees fairly and guard against unfair treatment from others in the workplace. I thank you for your time and look forward to your comments.